Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, one and all. Before I begin with my presentation, first of all, let me thank Royal Government of India, Director General, Deputy Director General, supporting guest faculties, and supporting staff of IDSA for giving us such an opportunity where we can share and where we can learn from each other, and also for your good hospitalities. And we are looking forward to in that near future too. Well, if I introduce myself, I am Pema Tenzin from Bhutan. As per Chair says, I'm not journalist, but I work in media house in Bhutan. It's called Akunsal, a daily newspaper in Bhutan. In my presentation, I'll take about country profile, national symbol and identity, history of Bhutan, current social economic condition and industries, foreign relation and donation of Bhutan, policy and plan of Bhutan, and conclusion. Well, hopefully you all know that where Bhutan lies, because couple months before I have attended a seminar in Norway. When I say my country name, nobody knows that where is Bhutan. Some think that we are part of China. Some think that we are part of India. And actually in West, what people say, Bhutan is like a cheese in hamburger. China to our north, which is a giant, one of the giant countries in the world. India to our south. Bhutan have only 39,394 square kilometers, which, as you know that, it's maybe smaller than a district in India, which having only 7,34,340 population, which is less than 1 million. Well, our 72.5% of country is covered by forests. And we do have strict environment regulation that our 60% of country should be covered by forests. As you know that, some are wondering why it should be all forest. We are fully dependent on hydroponics. If there is no good forest, we would suffer later. To protect that hotspot, we do have 9 protected areas. Let's say it's park, where there is 9 spots which cover 50% of our country is covered by 9 protected areas. It's home to 7,000 species vascular plants and also 700 bird species, 167 mammal species, some global agenda, tiger, snow leopard, and black night crane are found here. We do have 4 seasons. Well, in southern part of Bhutan, which you can see a subtropical zone which is around 200 to 300 from sea level. In middle part of Bhutan, where a temperate inner Himalaya, which is 2,700 to 3,000, somewhere 4,000, and upper of Bhutan, which we have a border with China, which around 6,000 and sea level, 6,000 to 700 meters from sea level. Those are national symbol of Bhutan. Blue poppy is our national flower. Cypress is our national tree. Raven is our national bird. Turkey is national animal, and archery is our national game. Most of the men in the Bhutan will find in playing archery. Well, Dzongkha is our national language, but in English is a medium of instruction in a school and institute. And it's an official language too we use. Well, 69% of Bhutan population fully depend on agriculture. As you can see in a picture here, But agriculture mostly it's a manual one. Methods are still bare manual labor incentive. We don't have any technology such as tractors and power tillers. Yes, of course we do have few, but it's, let's say it's only a 10% because it's only on a Himalaya where we can't use the tractors and everything else. Even to go to one village to another, it's very difficult. But development, it's coming up. So, if I say brief history of Bhutan, there are three segregates. 746 AD, a Guru Rinpoche, normally called a second Buddha, who came to Bhutan from India to Bhutan, where he have started the Buddhism in Bhutan, and he Buddhism in Bhutan, and he take and further Tertongs have discovered a treasure after a decade treasure from after he left Bhutan, where Tertong means a people, a layman or a monk who discovered treasure after a decade year. In the famous Tertong is a Pema Lingpa, 1450 to 1521. He have discovered a lot of Tertong in Bhutan, and if you have to visit Bhutan, you may find many stories about him in Bhutan. Secondly, in 1616, Shabdung Ngawan Namgyal, it came from Tibet to Bhutan. He united the country. In Bhutan, we do have 20 district administrations. But you all wonder it's big, all small. It's like a village in India. But due to Himalaya tours, we take 2 to 3 days by walk to each village. It's very difficult. So Shabdung Ngawan Namgyal came to 1616 in Bhutan, and he have dual system of government. Desi or Dev Raja, and Jekembo. Desi or Dev Raja, he mostly focus on the current efforts or administrations or anything of a country related work, whereas Jekembo, he only look on a religious purpose. Well, in Bhutan, you can see 95% population are Buddhists, and 3% are Hindu and 2% are Christian. Well, with a dual government, the Bhutan was ruled till 1907. Now, if I say about brief history of Bhutan, 1907. Before 1907, there was some civil wars between a village or some small district, or some are going on. So, people of Bhutan have requested Sir Ugyen Wangchuk, a first king of Bhutan, to become a king. In 1907, Bhutan became a monarchy, and Sir Ugyen Wangchuk have ruled to 1907 to 1926. And 1927 to 1952, a second king, Jimmy Wangchuk, ruled Bhutan. 1952 to 1972, a third king, Jigme Dorji Wangchuk, he have ruled Bhutan, and he is known as father of modern Bhutan. At that time, he have explored Bhutan to outside world with the help of Jawaharlal Nehru. In 1974 to 2006, fourth king Jimmy Singye Wangchuk ruled a country, who is the youngest leader of the age of 19 after expiry of his father. Exact after 100 years of Wangchuk dynasty in Bhutan in 2008, Bhutan became a democracy. When I see here democracy, in Bhutan, democracy doesn't come from down to up. In 2008, the king himself want country to form into monarchy, into democracy. So 2008, we do have election for National Council of Bhutan, National Assembly of Bhutan, and Bhutan become democratic constitutional monarchy. And recently we had second election. Our previous ruling government, Dok Finsong Tsokpa, is now our opposition, and previous opposition was our ruling government this year. Current status of Bhutan. Life expectancy of birth is 68.9 years in 2005 survey. Literacy rate is 63% in 2012. Poverty rate is 12% in 2012, which in 2005 we do have 23% poverty rate. Now in 2012 the poverty rate decreased to 12%. Monetary ratio 255 by 100,000 in 2000. GDP it's 1055.48 in 2011. Well, in GDP in 1961 was only US 51, and in 2005 we do have 870. Well, in 1961 Bhutan have only GDP or per capita income of US 51, which is the lowest in the world. Money reserve $1,906,000. Unemployment in Bhutan in 2012 was 2.7%. Bhutan, even as a poor developing country, does provide free education, free health facilities. Free education in a sense from pre-primary to a university. And presently now Bhutan have around three college. At my time when I'm doing my bachelor's, the Bhutan have only one college. That's why I did my graduation from south of India, Bangalore University. And government even has medical facilities, even for one who we cannot treat in Bhutan, they send to India. But even government provide escort leave for one patient and one who care for a patient, escort leave to an India, and they are paid for allowance too. Tourism in Bhutan. Bhutan tourism was firstly opened in 1974. The policy is high value, low volume policy is inclusive package of US 250 to 200 to 250 person a day, except for Indian, Bangladesh and Maldives. It's free, all are free. Well, 200 to 250 per day says that it's better. In season, maybe 250 per head US dollar, and off season it's 200. In 2012, US 62.8 million was gross earning for Bhutan. In 2012, there was 1,05,407 tourists, increased by 64.62% from 2011. And 54,685 were an international or dollar pair, and 50,722 were regional visitor or tourists, regional in the sense a neighbor from Bangladesh, Maldives and India. Hydropower in Bhutan. 70% population has access to electricity in 2008. 100% by 2013, which is now around 2 months to end. So after 2013, we country will provide 100% electricity to Bhutan. Our country has potential of producing 30,000 megawatt electric power. Currently, we are generating 1,000 megawatt, and 85% of generation is exported to India in 2010. 45% of our national revenue is from electricity sale to India, and 10,000 megawatt of hydropower project by 2020 through a collaboration with Royal Government of India. And 3 major hydropower are currently under construction with GOI funding and loan assistance, which consists of 2,600 megawatts, Punachangchu 1, Punachangchu 2, and Mangdechu hydropower. Bhutan foreign relation. Member of UN 1971 with the help of India. Development relation with 52 countries in 2013, where we have only 31 in 2007. Within 6 years, we have developed around 22 countries. We do have our embassies in New Delhi, Bangkok, Dhaka, Kuwait, Brazil, Geneva, and New York, where In Bhutan, we have UN House, Indian Embassy, Bangladesh Embassy, and Kuwait Embassy, and Consulate or Liaison Office of Netherlands, Thailand, Denmark, and Canada. Foreign relation. SAARC Forestry Center and SAARC Development Fund sector are in Thimphu, which is the capital of Bhutan, Thimphu. Bhutan comments to the UN and other international communities are always on the forward or promote and contribute towards international understanding and collaboration, as well as international peace and security on base of peace and coexistence. Bhutan had bid for a non-permanent member seat in Security Council of UN in 2012, but which was unfortunately unsuccessful. Current donor and relationship. Our average from 2005 to 2010, Bhutan received US 175 million annually, about 17.5% of GDP, a grant from donors. 70% of external aid is from India, which is followed by Australia, Denmark, Japan, EU, UN, and Netherlands. Strong consensus from donors that funds are utilized properly in Bhutan. Domestic earnings are planned to cover expenditure by 2020 by economic self-reliance, which is our one concept or GNH. Policy and plan in Bhutan. Developing approach, a gross national happiness, mostly focus on culture, spiritual, and emotional need. Where our GDP, most of the countries are measured by GDP per capita. In Bhutan, we measure by GNH, gross national happiness. We do have 4 pillars in gross national happiness and 9 domains and 72 subtitles. Sustainability and economic social economic development. 1. Conservation of environment, prevention and promotion of cultures, good governance. When I say that we are measured by gross national happiness, it doesn't mean that GDP is not important. Now, it says that in GNH, we do have economic term too. But for world business, what we mostly focus on is cultural. How to prevent and promote our culture, our spiritual needs, and emotional needs. Yes, I accept in West, they are rich in economics. But in Asia, especially in South Asia, we are rich in spiritual. FDI, we do have a lot of FDI. And for instance, I give FDI and tourism. We have a lot of hotels are coming up now in Bhutan. Let's say from India, Taj Tashi, Taj, and Amonkora, Uma. We do have a lot of hotels. Big 5-star hotels are coming up in Bhutan. Even banking, Punjab Bank from India, we do have, and security G4S. Those all are FDI in Bhutan. Government of Bhutan is also investing a major education city project and medical tourism overseas employment business. It's been now a couple of years that they are adopting for education city project in Thimphu, which is the capital of Bhutan, for mostly to attract international students to Bhutan, which the university consists of around 20 college. It's collaboration with University of Canberra. Access to a WTO is our priority. Our previous government, though we have want to join to WTO, but our previous government, they don't want us to join in. But it is one of our pledge, a promise made by our now ruling government. They will make Bhutan to join in WTO, World Trade Organization. Willingness to safeguard and already part of Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sector technical and economic cooperation, BIMSTEC, and has preferably trade agreement with Nepal and Thailand. So we are looking forward for that one to fully operation. Conclusion: a small country with less than 1 million people with different set of challenge. And most people say that Bhutanese people of Bhutan are so peace. Yes, I accept it's peace. I'm peace-loving country. We are a GNH country. But we do face a lot of challenge. It's not that we don't have a challenge. For instance, if I elaborate some examples, we do have problem recently. We do have problem of rupee shortage, Indian currency in Bhutan, because Bhutan import more, export less, and three major hydro projects are coming up. So we are investing a lot of money in construction of hydropower. So we are left with now Ripui in country. We are facing the one. Secondly, we are facing a border dispute problem with China. Previously, we have 45,000 square kilometer. But before last year, we had a talk with Chinese government and we have lost around 8,000 square kilometers with Chinese government. And couple months before, again a Chinese delegate from China came to Thimphu for dispute about which is eastern side of Bhutan, which lies between Arunachal Pradesh on Assam side. Even India has some dispute with China. In that case, again they say that some of our land belongs to them. So I wonder, our Bhutan is so small. Again, if we lose our land to China, so I don't know how we can react. There are lessons around us. Goodwill, support, and neighboring countries' progress will be last decade for modern developments. And I, on behalf of Bhutan, looking for support and cooperation in South Asian country. Thank you.